You're listening to the Daily Dose of Health and Wellness with Jen Reynolds.
FibroTV, making positive connections in the chronic illness community.
My body hurts.
The information contained on FibroTV.com is meant for information and entertainment purposes only. Any information via audio, video, or print material should in no way replace any advice or direction given to you from your personal physician or medical caregiver. Please consult your physician for specific treatment options.
My headache hurts. I've tried aspirin, Advil, extra strength, Tylenol and such. Nothing seems to kill the pain.
Well, hello, my name is Jen Reynolds, creator and founder of FibroTV.com. This is the Daily Dose of Health and Wellness, and it is episode number 7. And in this episode, we're going to go ahead and do a recap of a radio interview I did with David Essel, and he has a radio show called David Essel Alive, positive talk radio that transforms lives. And it's every Saturday from 6 to 9 p.m. Eastern on XM Talk Radio 168. You can also get a hold of him at www.davidessel.com, and there's also a player there where you can listen to his show weekly. And I had a blast, and I want to thank David for that. And go ahead and sit back, relax, and enjoy the podcast. This live broadcast originally aired June 30th, 2012 on XM Channel 168. David Essel has given FibroTV permission to reproduce this live broadcast into a podcast. Some music was removed for copyright issues. You can get more information about David Essel at www.davidessel.com.
Every Saturday on XM Channel 168, part of the Premier Radio Group, which we are darn proud to be part of. David Essel Alive. Streaming around the world at TalkDavid.com. You know, our whole purpose, if you're brand new to the show, you'll hear this over and over and over again. And if you've been with us for our 21 years on air, you'll know already that our whole purpose is about helping you get from where you are right now in life to where you really want to be via the guests, the topics, your calls, and more. And we also have 2 free gifts that we are offering to our listeners right now. One is going to be on a limited basis, depending upon the amount of time we have during the week, and the other is unlimited. The first one, if you're stuck, if you're not accomplishing what you desire, we are opening up several hours a week to work with me one-on-one in 20-minute sessions for absolutely free. It's a quick hit to jumpstart your goal-setting process. If you want to work with me, 20 minutes free, as many people as we can fit in during the week, we will. We promise we will. Just go to TalkDavid.com, limited space, of course, but TalkDavid.com, and we'll get you set up to get on the phone with me one-on-one. And if you want that, do that, absolutely. And if you don't, we also have 4 free goal achievement videos. 4 free goal achievement videos that could help you get to the next level in life. It's called The One Thing That Will Radically Change Your Life Forever. You just go to our website, check out the videos, sign up. You'll have 3 of them that are sent directly to you. And also at the site, sign up for our newsletter. We'll put you in the box. There's thousands of people that get our newsletter once a week with guests. Like you would know that Jen Reynolds is coming up in just a few minutes. You'd know that this woman has overcome so many hardships physically, emotionally, mentally in life due to chronic illness. You'd know that she was up next because if you're on our e-list, every Thursday, you get an email from us saying, here's the guest coming up, here's their websites, here's more about them, as well as book ideas and more. So get the 4 free training videos, get lined up with our email list, and also maybe even work with me one-on-one for free. TalkDavid.com. Just go there right now, TalkDavid.com. We'll rock together. So Jen Reynolds, Jen has been on the show before. I'm really happy to have her back. At one point, and I think it was 12, but we'll find out from Jen, she was on like 12 different medications a day for her pain, her chronic pain, chronic fatigue syndrome, lupus, depression, was on all of these meds, and sometimes taking one med because to try to counteract the negative side effects of another med. She's lost a ton of weight. She's got herself off the medications, and she has become such a huge role model for millions of people across the United States that suffer from fibromyalgia, lupus, chronic fatigue, depression, anxiety. And she's with us right now. Jen, welcome back to the show.
Thank you so much for having me again. I appreciate it.
Yeah. Now, how many meds were you on a day?
12 different medications, but I had to take several a few times a day. So
okay.
A lot of medications.
And yeah, a lot. And this stuff, and this all started when you were very young. I think you said that you were first diagnosed with chronic fatigue like in your early teens, wasn't it?
Yeah, I had a really bad infection called mononucleosis, and it turned into Epstein-Barr virus, and then it turned into chronic fatigue syndrome.
And now you actually created FibroTV.com. And what's the purpose of that website? What's the purpose of FibroTV.com?
It is to bring the chronic illness community and chronic pain community together in a positive way. A lot of websites for people that are chronically ill are very negative, and I cannot find one site that I could go to and just be happy and experience joy with people that are sick. And it drove me insane. I got to the point I just got off the internet and I said, well, you know what? I need to do that for people. I need to make that change. I need to make that site. So with no experience on how to build a website or anything, I just dove right into it. And we have over 22,000 people on our Facebook now.
Wow. 22,000? That is awesome, honey.
22,000. We got 10,000 in the last 8 months or so. So we're growing.
Well, yeah, and ladies and gentlemen, almost all of us, and maybe you're listening right now, and maybe you're experiencing chronic fatigue, or maybe you're experiencing, or you have experienced lupus or depression or anxiety, and you're looking for an outlet. And if it's not you, it could be a brother, a sister, a mother, a father, a partner. And this is what we want to do. We want to continue to bring on more resources. FibroTV.com is Jen Reynolds' site that you can go and check out. Also, she's on Facebook. You can find all that out. And Jen, isn't it true? And in our work, we see this every week when we're working with someone one-on-one that has one of these conditions, that individuals quite quickly and easily start to wrap their identity around their life as this condition.
Oh, yes, that's a big one. In fact, I posted something today about that. It was like a little picture because I like to put up quotes on my Facebook page. And it says, don't let your struggle be your identity. Nice. And it got a lot of mixed emotion because a lot of people don't understand what that means. So I had to go back and kind of explain it because they start saying, well, I can't help it. I'm in pain and that's how I feel. And and I tried to explain to them, your identity isn't what you have or your career or the people around you. It's who you are inside. And you need to work on that more than focus on labeling things all the time, especially in illness. Because once you do that, it's just going to take over your life.
Oh, my Lord. And then, you know this as well. Through the law of attraction, you're going to start bringing more people that want to get on their own pity party. And before you know it, everyone you know is the victim to the disease, and no one has a damn good thing to say anytime.
Exactly. But I can't say this much. I have had people that have been on Fibro TV that have been completely negative, could not stand the site, and I've seen them turn around 360. You do have to be patient with people. And I like what Jenna had to say about toxic people, because I think that people with chronic illness are very highly sensitive people emotionally, and what people say can really affect them, and you really have to work on not letting that affect you, because you can't control what other people say and do. You can only control how you respond to it. So when these people come to Fibro TV, I say, you know what? I was in that place before. I was there at one time, and I needed something like this. And I just let them be and let them watch, and I don't, respond to them. I don't say anything negatively. And you know what? I've seen people turn around 360 just by giving them that place to be,
What was the turning point for you emotionally? Like, what happened? Because I'm sure that for a number of years, because you've had these conditions for so long, I'm sure for a number of years that you probably fell victim to that same mindset, right? About woe is me and the disease. And every time someone wanted to talk to you that, well, I can't do this because of this condition, or I can't do that. What was the turning point for you?
I think it was when I got fired from working at Disney for 10 years, and I ended up having to move back home with my parents. And I was living, in their back room, and they live in a 55 and older community, so that didn't help anything. But I was laying in bed, and I'm like, I can't do this. I can't live like this. I was waiting for disability to come through, sitting and laying in bed all day, popping Vicodins and Somas and anything else I could get my hands on. And I realized I can't live like this for the rest of my life. And I have a really, really great best friend, Robin. I've known her since I was 4, and she taught me about the law of attraction, and I'm so grateful for her for that, because she really got me out of that sink that I was in at that point in my life. And you know what? I just love that. I love that last guest, because she said she thinks exactly how I think. Once you start having a passion, even if you're sick, just get a passion, get some kind of goal, get something that you believe in. And once you do that, your path just gets curved out for you. You don't even have to put any effort really into it. I mean, you have to do things to get stuff that you want, but it just starts coming to you.
Right. Support groups can be so important as long as you're with the right group, right? As long as you're with, you're within it. Because I've been through some support group work, and I even lead support groups, but I've been in some that were highly beneficial for me, and I've been in others that were absolutely the pits.
Yeah, I can't go to fibromyalgia support groups like the ones that you actually meet people. I've tried those before, and it's just not my thing, because they do go there to kind of vent, and because they don't want to put it all on their family and stuff, and they go there to vent. But for me, it's just too much. I can't handle that. I can't be around those types of people. I need to be around positive people all the time, and people, that are following their dreams and their passions and going along the same path that I am.
So, Jen, let's say there's people listening right now that are feeling a little sorry for themselves. They're feeling stuck. Maybe they've attended a bunch of support groups, and it's been the same old thing. They're battling with depression, anxiety, chronic fatigue, lupus, fibromyalgia. The list goes on and on and on. Outside of FibroTV.com, where would you tell them to go to help them to get a shift in their attitude first?
There's a lot of places. There's my friend Hamal Radia. He's really into. He's like a super coach for law of attraction, and he's on Facebook. He's great because he puts out positive stuff all day. Also, I just highly recommend that people hang out with people that do have the same condition as you, but they're not in that place where they're low. Some great people like Deidre Rawlings. She has a website called Foods for Fibromyalgia. She's really into nutrition and yoga and positive thinking. There's a lot of people that do have chronic illness that are living successful lives. And they're doing wonderfully. It's not the end. It's not the end of the rope. You've been diagnosed with something, but it's not you, and you can turn it around. It's up to you if you want to do that, though. You can't put the blame on your past or anything else. You have to work on yourself. It's up to you. That's what I can say.
I love it. Jen, we're going to ask Jen to hang right in there. When we come back, we're going to find out more success stories right off of FibroTV.com that Jen is going to share with us about people other than herself that have been successful, that are leading active, fun, passionate lives, even though they still may have some of the symptoms of some of these chronic illnesses. 1-800-548-TALK, 1-800-548-8255. You are tuned in to America's Positive Radio talk show. David Essel Live, making a difference in this world like nowhere else you'll find it, because we absolutely care. Just like our guests do, we absolutely care about you moving forward in life. Saturday, 6 to 9 Eastern, 3 to 6 Pacific. It's rocking that you're with us. Stay right there. Pure positive talk every Saturday, 6 to 9 Eastern, 3 to 6 Pacific on XM Satellite Radio 168, streaming worldwide. For your friends that may not yet have signed up for XM Satellite Radio at TalkDavid.com, welcome aboard. I am David Essel, 1-800-548-8255. Remember this, we're talking to Jen Reynolds from FibroTV.com. Before her, Gianna Maselli. Some very powerful individuals that are helping to change the landscape of people's minds and bodies, that at any time in life, and this is just the honest truth, this is the gospel, at any time in life you can turn it around. Your mind, your body, relationships, your spiritual path, your career, at any time, if you are willing to do the work and surround yourself with very cool, hip people, you can turn it around. Jen Reynolds knows that. She's done it. She's an example of it. She's got a huge, massive following of people that want to live the life that Jen is living. And Jen, let's go back. FibroTV.com. As quickly as you can, share several stories, if you can do it in little snippets, about people that have overcome great challenges and are moving forward.
Well, there's one person in particular that is always with me all the time. I love this lady so much. Her name is Julianne, and she has just written a book called Nothing But Respect, how one woman learned how to overcome her demons, make peace with her past and her present, and go from victim to victory. And I've only read about half of her book because I just got it a couple weeks ago, and I've been really busy. But this woman has been through the mud. She's been raped. She's had several really emotional things happen to her. She tried to commit suicide at one point, and she's been at Fibro TV for a while, and she has just really turned her can'ts into cans recently. And she is just going full force. She's going all over the country and meeting people, and I'm so proud of her. She's like my baby, you know?
Right,
I've seen her from where she was at the beginning to what she's doing now, and I'm just like, oh my God, she's blowing my mind away. And I just want people to know that anybody can do that. I'm not a special person. She's not a special person. Well, we're special people, but anybody can do what we're doing. Anybody can do it. And I really want people to understand that, because they think, oh, well, that's because, you know, she's had a better life or whatever. It's not true. Right. It's what you make of now and what you do now for your future, you know?
Oh, yeah. Love it. Love it. Love it. Share another story, another success story.
Oh, there's several. There's another lady, and I don't want to say her name because she doesn't have a book or anything, and I don't want to like put her name out there in case, you know, she gets upset about it. But I've known her for a really long time, for I would say about 15 years, because I used to go to another fibromyalgia website a long time ago. And she's just slowly coming off the medications right now, and she's starting to lose weight. She said she's lost about 30 pounds, and she can't really exercise yet because she's been in bed for so long, but she's going to water therapy, and she's just taking the steps necessary to get to that next point. So, and I'm really proud of her as well. There's so many stories. Yeah. There's so many people, and just take it one moment at a time. I try to tell people that are really, really sick and they're not in that mindset yet. You need to take one moment at a time. It's not one day at a time. It's one moment, and just make each moment a little bit better.
Now that you've accomplished so much and you've moved out of the heavy daily requirements of medication and more, what's Jen Reynolds' greatest challenge now? What is it that you're up against that you say, and now that I've gone past all these things, this is what I'm dealing with. This is the kind of stuff that I have to move through. Anything in particular?
Well, definitely overdoing it, because I want to do everything and everything and anything in the world. Like, I have so many projects going on now. Sometimes I just have to stop and I have to slow down and relax and say, you know what, you're overdoing it, Jen. You're overdoing it, because I still do have fibromyalgia and lupus, but my mind is in a different place than my body is right now. So I really do have to take that time to meditate, to relax, and it's just very important to do that.
How much weight did you lose? Because I remember last time we talked, it was a lot. Was it like 70 or 80 pounds?
80 pounds, but I lost some of it like probably 8 years ago, but I lost more recently. So I've lost about 80 pounds total. I was about 200 pounds at one point.
And what has that done for your
I went from 97 pounds to 200 pounds in a year because of medication.
In 1 year?
In 1 year. Yes.
My Lord, how did that happen?
I don't know, but let me tell you, all my joints felt it. I can tell you that
much. I bet. So how is losing that weight? Because people need to hear this. How is losing that amount of weight, 80 pounds in a year, how has that affected your mindset, your motivation?
Well, I just feel better about myself. And I think that when you feel better about yourself, you present to other people better. Like I feel more confident all the time. And I'm just going out and I'm meeting new people. I mean, I've been getting out of the house like crazy. I used to never leave the house. I just want to go out, meet people, have fun. I feel confident. And also I feel healthy. You know, when you don't have that much weight on your body, your knees don't hurt, your joints don't hurt. You just feel better.
Jen Reynolds is the creator of FibroTV.com. Anyone that you might know with any type of chronic illness, we've labeled some of them here: the fibromyalgia, chronic fatigue, lupus, depression, anxiety, etc. Have them visit FibroTV.com. If you're listening and you're saying, you know, of those 6 that you've been rattling off, David, for the last 30 minutes, I have one of them or I have 2 of them. I'm dealing with anxiety constantly, or I'm dealing with depression. Check it out. Jen, we have 60 seconds left. Leave for our listeners something that is going to be helpful, whether they have a chronic illness or maybe they know someone that is, but 60 seconds, give us some thoughts to help people to stay inspired in a challenging life.
Well, I'm going to give you a quote from somebody that's kind of famous that has always inspired me, even when I was really sick, even to this day when I'm doing better. And it's, I am one. I am only one, but still I am one. I cannot do everything, but still I can do something. And because I cannot do everything, I will not refuse to do something that I can do. And that's by Helen Keller.
Boy, you talk about, one of the I just got chills. One of the coolest things in the world. I remember reading years and years and years ago, many books about her. And one of the coolest things, here's someone deaf, dumb, and blind. And as you well know, Jen, she becomes a freaking motivational speaker.
Amazing. She blows my mind, but she's still she's like my hero. She is. I love her.
I do too, Jen. I do. Jen Reynolds, the website, once again, FibroTV.com. Jen, thank you so much for coming back. It's always wonderful to talk to you.
Oh, I'm eternally grateful for you having me back. Thank you so much, David.
You're welcome, Jen. Bye-bye now.
Bye.
Well, that concludes episode number 7 of the Daily Dose of Health and Wellness. I once again want to thank David Essel for inviting FibroTV onto his show. Once again, you can find him at davidessel.com. For those of you that are on the website and don't have us on Facebook, we got a huge community of over 22,000 people. You can come chat with us over there at facebook.com/FibroTV. We're also on Twitter at twitter.com/FibroTV. We're on YouTube at youtube.com/FibroTV. And we are on our main website, www.FibroTV.com. Everybody have a great night. Until next time.
From my colon to my spleen.
My mommy is sick, but she's the best mommy in the entire world. And I just want her to get better.
FibroTV, making positive connections in the chronic illness community. You can find us over at www.FibroTV.com.